What's going on, YouTube? How are y'all doing today? Welcome back to the Ming and Moto Show. So I want to talk about something kind of fucked up, as all of y'all around are probably already know about. George Floyd, an African American man, and you know what? I'm gonna rephrase myself on that. Yes, the term is African American, right? But if you are born in the United States, no matter what color your skin is, no matter what your heritage is, your race, your religion, your skin color, your sexuality, your gender, doesn't matter. All that shit is gone out the window. If you were born in this country of the United States, you are an American. So, saying African American, Hispanic American, Jewish American, European American, Asian American, it's bullshit. You are an American with XYZ background heritage. I'm an American. I was born and raised in Southern California with Irish background in my history from hundreds of years ago. Whatever. I also have some other history and bloodline from other places that were from way before I was born. Never been to Ireland, never been to those other countries that I have heritage from. I've only been in the United States for the most part, and I am an American. George Floyd was an American. He was a fellow American citizen, and as far as I see it, he was a brother to me and every other American on this planet. Those officers, one being white, the fucker that had his knee on George's neck, is at fault for wrongfully murdering George Floyd. The two Asian officers and the fourth officer, who I have no idea who it is, that were all standing around watching that white officer with his neck and knee on George's neck, are all equally wrong for doing that. Because the other three, even though they had not touched him and they were not touching him or whatever, and they were standing in the side watching their fellow officer leave his knee and all of his weight on George's neck, are all equally responsible, because they never once told their fellow officer, hey, get off of him. You're not doing your job right. All four officers deserve to go to prison for murder. Now, do I dislike or hate cops because of what those four officers or any other officer that did something wrong? No, I don't hate people. I dislike people, but I don't hate them. I don't dislike cops or police officers, law enforcement, nothing. I've had bad interactions with cops. I've had great interactions with officers. Believe me, I've dealt with everything in between. Good, bad, the ugly, and everything in between. I've always treated them with as much respect as I could, and if they come back with an attitude, I tell them, hey, can you please give me the respect that I deserve, because I'm trying to respect you. And I also stand up for my rights. Why am I being pulled over? What is the reason? May I get your superior officer? I still stay respectful to the officer that I'm in contact with, no matter what. I don't give a shit if they piss me off. I don't care what they say or do. They're the law. That's their job. They're just another goddamn person, just like everybody else. And they're doing a job that most people will not get off their ass to go do, because we know there's a lot of people out there who are too damn lazy to get off their ass to even go get themselves something to eat out of the kitchen, which is a couple feet away from them. So, don't be hating on cops because of 1% of the 1% are assholes, okay? In the United States, there's about 700,000 police officers roaming the streets of the United States that have to deal with 350 million of you bullshit motherfuckers and myself. So, out of 700,000, you're gonna get mad at. Fuck it, let's just say 1% would be 7,000 bad officers out of 700,000. You're gonna treat every single bad officer like shit because of 1 out of every 100 want to be an asshole and do something wrong. Doesn't sound right. But that 1 out of every 100 officers that do something wrong should pay the consequences, respectfully, depending on how bad what they did. If they shot somebody for jogging down the street, that's an unjustified murder. They deserve to go to prison for 25 to life for murder. Just like the 4 officers that killed George Floyd deserve to get locked up in prison for the rest of their life, because even though the one guy had his knee on his neck and the other 3 were standing around, all 4 officers are just as equally responsible for the death. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't care what anybody else says. They're all equally responsible for his death. Period. That's all it is. And if you have a problem with police officers and you think every single police officer is bad, then do everybody a favor. Go through the police training course. You become an officer, and you be a better officer than anyone else on this planet, and you make a difference. And you lead by example. That's how you fix the problem if you think that you have a problem with every single officer on this planet. If you think every officer is bad on this planet, that's your God-given right to believe whatever you want to believe and think. But if you want to change, if you want it to change, don't complain about it. Don't riot. Don't do stupid shit. Go through the police training course, become an officer, and be the best gosh damn officer that you can possibly be, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I hope to God that you actually do that, and I wish the best for you, and I wish the best for everybody on this planet, no matter who you are, where you're from, what you think, believe, whatever. I don't care. I hope everyone stays safe. I love everybody on this planet, and we all need to stop dividing ourselves and letting everyone else divide us. We need to stick together as a human race, because the thing is, you might be from America, from Canada, Mexico, Japan, China, Germany, Africa, Guatemala, wherever. It doesn't matter. We're all human. We're all in this together. Well, I shouldn't, whatever. We're all going to end up in the same place no matter what. 6 feet under the Earth's surface. So why do you want to keep making it worse for yourself and others? It ain't worth it. Put a smile on your head. Try to enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. And if you see somebody doing something wrong, you try to step in and be the better person. You make it right. And one last thing. I believe that those citizens that were standing on the sidewalk filming those officers kneel on George Floyd's neck as he was screaming, "I can't breathe," and pleading for his life. Us citizens should be able to have the right to protect other citizens from unlawful police officers that are doing something wrong. Just my opinion. Whether it be right or wrong, that's how I feel. It's just how I feel. And it should be put into the Constitution. If you're a citizen and you fully believe that you're seeing an officer do something wrong towards another citizen, you should be able to step in and stop the officer. Just like if we were to see a person doing something wrong against the officer and we stop the other citizen, the cop would be thankful. But I think the cop should have the same They should be able to do the same thing to the cops if they're doing something wrong like they did to George Floyd. Whether you agree with me or not, sorry. Catch you guys on the flip side.